My name is Daniel, and this video is for the course of the Advanced Lesson. I created a flipbook. This is the story of Daniel, a cold melancholic third-year high school student of 18 years. When his mother died, one of the best magicians in the country in the middle of the battle, he was warded with his father, who was affected by the tragic loss of his wife, who left the magic and ended up falling into gambling and drinking. Since that event, the father and son relationship was affected with a lot until it reached the point that they wanted to visit their home as little possible. And his father, he left alone in the house and he went to live in another city, sending him part of the money they paid him for being a state magician. He sent him from time to time to aid and pay the debts. This formed in him a cold and indifferent personality towards others, full of internal conflicts and with a desire to excel. Despite all her problems, his characteristic began kind. Everything changed on the morning way to high school was a gray in the rainy day. Daniel talked about all the negative things that had happened in him, and signs like had been unfair to him. At that moment, he met Charlotte, a girl of his high school which had always been beaten with the students and being the best master in magic, if not sometimes by their parents, because she was older from being absent from the school for 1 year for being ill. But despite this, she was very happy girl with the others. But this day was different from how but seeing her. She walked in the rain with the umbrella. When observing her, Daniel could see the caged face and with an expression hopelessness. Daniel decided to approach her of the offering umbrella so that she would not continue heading. When she touched his shoulder and unfolded her umbrella, saw her change the expression from sadness to happiness. There were several hours from that moment to the hour of rest. He could see how Charlotte was a long way away from the all others. Daniel decided to approach her to accompany her and eat something. When she arrived, she did not want to speak with her. So the days passed in the same routine, to sitting next to her to eat, but without speaking. But everything changed one day. He approached her, but it was not as always. Charlotte had frustrated face. When Daniel, "Why are you here? What became you approaching me? No wants to be around me, and I beat you only to it because you lost a bet or something similar." Daniel was surprised at the word Charlotte said to him, saying it's the first time he got her so furious. He replied, "I really don't know why I approached you. And you can see a clearly talented person. You are also best hardly the magic of the course. You had a very bright future, but I also say a person with was collapsed inside. We hides what that you feel behind a mask of feigned happiness." "So you approached me just on of pity?" And Daniel, "No, I appreciate you because you are a very special person. You are someone with those huge with other peoples and who is generous with the others even when they do not treat her well. and I had continued to sit next to you because even when you do not tell me, not that word do. I feeling that when I am with you, I am not who's good with you. That moment, the atmosphere of fury that can become a more neutral one. It was noticed how Daniel was changed Charlotte's way of thinking about him. From that day, a small friendship began to generate between them. A few weekends after of this, in the break time, they were talking as usual. When she took one the Daniel notebook and saw that what was inside was some lyric and drawings, she was surprised and told him that she did not think that she was such a sensitive and skilled person. To which Daniel replied that it was only something we did in the spare time. When felt good and latterly he was very inspired. This made Charlotte blush. She told Daniel that she used to sing, but not that she was only studying the drawing a little. Charlotte began to feel confident when she was with Daniel. In the afternoon, Daniel was walking through the city, and when passing near to high school, he could notice that Charlotte was sitting in the floor leaning against the wall. Daniel decided to approach her running to offer her his umbrella. When reached Grisa's widow that she rested, he saw how she was crying. When we touched the shoulder and put the umbrella on her, he sat next to her to ask her what had happened, to which she replied that she couldn't stay living in her home anymore. She had no her to go since she had been expelled from her home with her parents, telling her that they had to abandon her dreams to rise here and that she was of legal age. He should take care of herself. When Daniel knew his from one, she was expelled after a long time. Daniel told her that she could live in her house, that her father would never return to that house. At the time, Charlotte called me and she sincerely thanked him, but was not sure on that. You could see that Charlotte was a little frustrated. Daniel decided to confess his feeling toward her and told him not worry, that he knew that she would success and doing what she liked the most. As the month passes, they continued living together. Daniel and Charlotte finished the school and good jobs to continue to study and achieve their dreams. Living being and all bad things made by their parents and the people who always belittled them. This story make you see how, despite the possible defects we may have, there will always be someone who knows how to value them and see beyond our physical appearance. We'll also know how to focus on our abilities and virtues as human beings, and that the visions in our lives are not by people we have heard use, but many someone with the resentment with use and who does not want used to be bitter as in. In this story, our parents can be the visions of life signs if they feel that you are bothered until you only ruin their dreams, you will grow up in a home where they will always see the negative of what you do and will not support you to improve it. Thanks for watching this video. See you later.